Yo, what's going on, everybody? Los here, coming back at you with another video. And this is my haul video from the 3 Men in a Basement crawl. So, if you want to see all the books that I got, you know what to do. Hop on that train, take a journey with me. Alright, so we're back, and like I said, this is my haul from 3 Men in a Basement comic crawl. So, this is, I want to say maybe like the fourth year that they've done this. Normally, it's done in Connecticut, so that's where most of the guys are from. Uh, but this year, there's a few guys that live more in the Massachusetts area, and they asked if they can do the crawl here. So they reached out to a few stores, a few shops in the area, and we were invited to kind of go and get a little discount at some of these places, and some of them were actually open only for us, and so it was kind of cool. It's a nice turnout, and they set it up very well. Otto and those guys from 3 Men in a Basement did an amazing job setting this up. ChinMo was the one who kind of reached out to all the shops and kind of set up the times and everybody for everybody to meet certain times. We met up at the first spot, get there for a few hours or whatever it is, and then kind of just go from each step. And it was timed out perfectly. So, with that being said, I am going to go through the shops as we went through them. First stop, second stop, third stop, and fourth. And I took some videos from some of the places. The video might be a little disorienting in some of them, just because I had a new setup, new camera, and I was trying some new things. So hopefully the video is not too bad. And like I said, I'll show some video of each stop that I went to. So the first stop was actually in New Hampshire, and it was Richard's Comics in Hudson, New Hampshire. So it's about an hour away from here, so which wasn't too bad. So that was the first stop. So we're gonna run that footage. You're gonna see the store, and then we'll come back and show what I got. So anybody that's seen the movie Final Destination knows why I cannot stay behind this truck. That movie traumatized me for life, and I will never be the same again. So with that being said, let's go get some comic books.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, how are you, sir?
Doing good.
Yep,
Comic crawl?
down this way.
All right.
We got like a sidewalk sale going on out here, but with tons of stuff in here all around.
Awesome.
Fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Yeah.
I'm Jim if you need anything.
Thank you, Carlos.
Nice to meet
Thank
you.
you.
Oh, what's up?
Oh, no.
Long time no see,
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good to see you.
Good.
Man. Good to see you.
Good. Yeah. I'll be there in a second.
All right. All right. Take your time. We'll have to see.
All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Hopefully it wasn't too all over the place. And a nice little spot. It wasn't a big location, but what they did is they packed as much stuff as they possibly could in there. So I couldn't be happier. I want to say the guy's name was Jim from the video, and he set it up really nice. Books everywhere, dollar books, sets, high end books, just all over the place. And it was just a great time. I think a lot of people were getting some really good deals. And I'm going to show you the books that I was able to pick up from there. So nothing too crazy. I mostly go through like dollar bins and back issue bins, stuff like that. That's my bag. I like to do that and kind of find little gems in the wild. And yeah. So with the first book I'm going to do is Justice League of America number 25. So there's no significance to this book. I thought it was like a first issue or first appearance of some like younger members of the team, but apparently not. So not too bad, but it was in a dollar bin, so you don't lose much. Next is Action Comics 592, and this is the first appearance of this guy right here was known as Sleaze. He's kind of like a troll from like Apocalypse. This is his first appearance. This storyline is a little controversial because he does a little mind control in the next issue, 593, where he mind controls Big Barda and Superman to essentially make a sex tape. So it's a little controversial. So if you see that in the wild, and you're into controversial books, and it's done by John Byrne. So next is just one of my favorite artists, and he was gone way too early, and so whenever I see some of his works, early works, I always pick him up. And when he was working on Fantastic Four, definitely an amazing run. So I found these back in the dollar bins, and this is 544. 546. 547. And 548. So just amazing Michael Turner goodness. So like I said, anytime I find any Michael Turner work, and especially for $1, I'm going to pick it up. Next is a little bit of spec, and that is Astonishing X-Men number 9. And I believe this is the first appearance of Danger, which is the Danger Room in like a sentient humanoid form. Possibly showing up in whatever MCU property. So again, back issue bin, might as well. I think it was like $2 or something like that. Next, I got Batman 570. And don't mind the price tag if you can see that, because it was in the $2 bin. And I believe this is the second appearance of Harley Quinn in continuity. There's always the whole, she showed up in this and this or whatever first, but I believe this is the second appearance in continuity. So not bad. Next was Daredevil 509, the second print. And this is an homage cover to Daredevil End of Days number 3, a Bill Sienkiewicz variant cover. So that book is very pricey. So this one is not as pricey. So if you want that similar artwork, go for the cheaper one. Next is Amazing Spider-Man 328, and I believe this is the last McFarlane artwork on the Amazing Spider-Man title before he went over and did just Spider-Man on his own title. And last book that I picked up from there is a book that these books I've been trying to get. Not too many people know about them, and it's when DC was doing variant covers and didn't actually put it's a variant, you just had to know it is. And this is Wonder Woman 602, and this is the 1 in 10 Alex Gardner variant cover. So I've been trying to pick these up whenever I could see them for a decent price. Like I said, they don't show up as a variant, you just have to know what they are. So now you know. So those were the books I picked up from Richards. Like I said, great store. Definitely be back, because there was more stuff that I can even look through. I didn't even get a chance to look through everything, so I will definitely be back to that store. So once we were done there, it's on to the next stop, and the next stop was Comically Speaking in Reading, Massachusetts. So we're gonna take some footage from here, and then we'll come back.
What's going on, Mike?
Oh, what's going on? I finally met you, man.
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Los here, coming at you with Comically Speaking. And who did I run into right here? This guy. It was at this moment when I knew I effed up. I forgot to say Mike's name and channel, Lunch Money Comics. But to be fair, if you're watching my video, chances are you know Mike. He has like 16,534 subscribers. And now, back to your regularly scheduled programming. So we've seen each other a bunch of times, or like
Ships in the
online,
night, yeah.
and we live pretty close to each other and never met up until now. So of course that's how it always happens.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's awesome little place. We're doing the Comic Crawl Auto, and this is the second stop, and we're just gonna go around and do some digging. So
Yeah.
You find anything here, Mike, so far?
Got a couple things already, yeah. And I'm just getting started, so absolutely. Can't wait to see the video, man.
I got some video of the first spot, and hopefully it's not as janky, but it was the first time I tried a new camera, so
there you go, yeah.
I'm going to see how that works out. But yeah, good to see you, man. Hopefully you find some good stuff.
You too.
All right. So as you can see there, I just ran into a fellow YouTuber that I've been in contact with. We've messaged back and forth before, and we live pretty close, but we've never actually ran into each other. So Mike from Lunch Money Comics, this was the first time we actually met each other in person. Great guy, and I'm pretty sure he picked up some amazing books, and can't wait to see his video as well. We also made it to the next stop as well. But in this store, I didn't pick up anything. I did have a book in hand, but I didn't actually pick it up. There was just nothing that really stood out to me that I was gonna grab. We had two more shops, and money's a little tight, so I was budgeted for a certain amount, and I didn't want to go too crazy on just one book. So, like I said, I didn't really get any books from there, but I did get some footage. And with that being said, on to the next stop, which was Counterplay Comics. And this is in Burlington, Massachusetts. So I've been to Counterplay a few times. Great store. Again, it's a little smaller location, but they pack in as many books as they possibly can. There's also some toys and games and stuff in the back as well. And when we got there, he set up a $3 booth with just a few boxes, short boxes of just everything in the box was $3. And I want to say I was probably the 10th person to probably look through some of the boxes, and I was still able to find some really good books. And those guys before me that were just picking up amazing deals. So the first book I'm going to show is not a book that was in the box, but it was just on the wall. I missed out on it, didn't do a pull list on it and stuff like that, but he had it on the wall for cover price, and that is Ultimate Spider-Man #2. I know this was a book this series has been pretty hot so far, and just happy to pick it up for cover price. I really didn't feel like paying eBay prices for it. So on to the $3 books. The first one is Legends #3, and I believe this was the first appearance of the new team of Suicide Squad. Next book is Justice League #1, and this is the first appearance of Maxwell Lord. And I believe he was also just recast to be in the new DCEU. I mean James Gunn's brother. And next is West Coast Avengers #1, and this is the first team appearance of the West Coast Avengers. Next is Shuri #1, but this is the second print. So this obviously blew up when the movie was coming out and there was talks of her being the Black Panther. That book blew up. It kind of cooled down in price, but it's still a pretty good book, pretty low print run. So, pick it up for $3, absolutely. Next is Wolverine #2, and this was the debut of the Muramasa Blade. I'm butchering that name, sorry. But it's magically the edge of the sword is magically has some magic that counteracts the healing factor. So obviously not good for Wolverine. Next is Wolverine #4, and his first appearance of Bloodscream, first appearance of Roughhouse, and first appearance of Archie Corrigan. So Again, anytime you could pick up first appearances on the cheap, why not? And we have Wolverine number 27. Funny story about this. I just happened to, this one actually had 2 copies of front and back. And Mike from Lunch Money Comics was there, and he was actually looking for this book because Jim Lee is going to be at Terrificon later this year. And he wanted this copy because he wanted Jim Lee to sign it. He had a copy, he sold it, and so he was looking for it. And like I said, I had 2 copies, so I gave him the other one so he can get that. And with that, here's Venom number 1. And funny about this, when I got there, Mike had 2 copies of this, and he was like, I don't really need 2 copies. So he asked me if I wanted one. I was like, yeah, sure. So he gave me this one, I gave him the Wolverine. And next we have Spider-Man number 1, but this is the silver edition. So I always pick these up whenever I can. The gold, the silver, you know, I know they were like heavily printed, but they still commanded a decent price. Next we got Spider-Man number 26. This is the nice hollow, foil goodness, 90s goodness, and it's a newsstand. And moving on, we got Amazing Spider-Man number 200. So this is the origin of Spider-Man retold, and it's also the death of the killer of Uncle Ben. And you might have seen this one earlier, but I got another Amazing Spider-Man 328. Again, nice Todd McFarlane art, and this was his last work on Amazing Spider-Man title. And we have Amazing Spider-Man 333, which is the Eric Larson run. So another, I feel he's an underappreciated Spider-Man artist. I like Eric Larson. I think he did an amazing job when he was on Spider-Man, and I don't think he gets enough credit. Next, we have Incredible Hulk 344, nice newsy, and this is the homage, of Todd McFarlane homage to himself from Amazing Spider-Man 301. Next, we have Silver Surfer number 34, and this is the resurrection of Thanos. Alright, now we have Uncanny X-Men 213. So this is when Betsy Braddock, otherwise known as Psylocke, joins the X-Men, and this is the first time she actually uses that moniker of Psylocke. And this is also possibly a cameo of Mr. Sinister. And we have 256. So this is the debut of Psylocke's costume, and the first Ramchance. Again, I could be butchering that name, sorry. And to go with that, you also have 257. So this is when Psylocke goes as Lady Mandarin, and the first time she actually uses her psychic knife, or the side blade. So pretty cool. And the last 2 books that I was able to pick up there, books that I've wanted, but the prices kind of kept creeping up. I still need to complete it. There's 2 issues I need to complete, but I got half of it already for a couple bucks. And the first one is right there. We have The Dark Knight. So Batman The Dark Knight. This is book number 3. And book number 4. And these were both first prints, and they're both pretty clean copies. So, to be in the back issue bins, I thought that was amazing for $3. So, like I said, they did an amazing job setting that up for us. And I know, plenty of people got some deals. Plenty of people were getting some amazing books. So, thank you guys for that. I really appreciate it. And on to the last stop. So, actually, let me rewind a little bit. I didn't get footage of Counterplay. When I got there, I was running a little late, and I ran in. I was getting a little tired. Didn't want to set up the camera and stuff like that, so I ran in and basically didn't get any footage I took a picture of the outside of the store, but I just didn't get any footage of inside. So sorry about that, but I know I'll be back, and when I do go back, I'll get some footage then. So now on to the last leg of this, and that was in Rubber Chicken in Bellingham, Massachusetts. So again, I've been to Rubber Chicken. The store is great. It's packed to the gills with books, just everywhere. Anywhere you could look, there's books. You know, he always has some great deals, and so I wasn't concerned that I wasn't going to find anything there. So I went in and immediately went to the back, and I kind of went around, took some video. So we're going to show you that video, and then you'll come back and we'll show you what I picked up. Alright, so like I said, hopefully you enjoyed that video. I tried to get some of it. Again, it was at the very end, getting tired, and you know, it was a long day. But went to the back, and this is where he has the 50-cent bins. And the first book I was able to pick up was Creed, and this is the homage cover. Again, not anything pricey or anything like that, but I thought it was pretty cool. I enjoyed the movies, and for 50 cents, why not? Next, I got Action Comics number 49. It's a nice Pieta cover, and it's actually a Neil Adams variant. So for 50 cents, absolutely. Love Neil Adams, one of my favorite artists. And the last book I was able to pick up in the 50-cent bin was The Magnificent Ms. Marvel number 13. And this is the first appearance of Amulet. And, you know, for 50 cents, why not, right? I know, you know, some people were down on the show. It wasn't for everybody. It was, you know, tailored to a younger audience. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a decent show. The actress who played Ms. Marvel did an amazing job. So, you know, I'm not going to complain. And so after that, I went digging. I was there with Dave from Mark Spector Comics. He was there with me. We were kind of doing some digging at the end there. I think he found maybe some Moon Knight books, or at least one Moon Knight book that he was looking for. I did some digging, and I found Avenging Spider-Man number 12, and this is just a cool Spider-Man and Deadpool cover. So pick those up whenever you get a chance, because now that Deadpool's in the MCU, Spider-Man still kind of makes his appearances every once in a while. You never know if there's a crossover. Next, I think this is pretty cool because I'm not sure how many people actually know this. And this is Venom number 18. And you might be saying, why are you getting a random ass Venom number 18? Well, this is an early Scotty Young cover. So before he was doing the baby covers, as we know what he does now, he actually did some regular covers, and this is one of the covers right here. So I believe he also did it was like 16 to 18 or something like that. So he did like 3 or 4 issues in this run. So whenever you can see them, snag them up. Alright, so this was pretty cool because these last books, they had no price on them. There was no price tags on them, so I went over and kind of asked him, like, hey, found these books, there's no prices on them, you know, what? He's like, they're all cover price if they don't have any price tags on them. So like, yes. So first one I got is Spider-Man 234, and this is the first team appearance of the Sinister Six in like the Miles Morales universe. So the first Iron Spider, and then you have, you know, Sandman, Bombshell, Spot, Electro, and Hobgoblin. So, you know, nice find for a cover price for $3.99. And to continue that story, I also found 236. So a nice cool cover with the you know, female Electro, and thought this was pretty cool. And now these, you know, I couldn't believe they were in the back issue for cover price. So we have Miles Morales Spider-Man number 5. So this is the first cameo appearance of Starling, which is the granddaughter of the Vulture. And speaking of Starling, we also found Miles Morales number 6, her full appearance, first appearance. And then we also found number 8, which is the first Assessor, and this is also kind of a controversial book as well. Miles Morales gets tortured in this, and maybe some extra graphic ways. And then the last book I found was number 13, which is the first Billy Morales, which as a baby, and this is Miles' sister. So found that as well. Like I said, it was at the end of the day, and I just happened to go, you know, digging through that back pile there, and just happened to find some pretty good books. So overall, I thought it was an amazing day. Like I said, the guys set it up amazing. I met some great people there from all over the place. There was a lot of people, not just like YouTubers, but there was a lot of IG people that will post a lot of stuff, but they don't actually make like content and stuff, which is, you know, obviously fine. Not everybody's gonna make content, but just more members of the community, and it was just awesome to kind of interact with everybody, talking to people, and just basically talking comics, right? So at the end of the day, after that was all done, we actually ended up going to a little like bar and grill to kind of sit down and eat. And during that time, the guys Otto and those guys kind of did a like trivia, and they were giving out some prizes and stuff. And I answered one of the trivia questions and won a prize. So I was able to get my prize was an X-Men Adventures number 2, X-Men Adventures number 3, newsstand. But as you can see right there, it was also signed. And issue number 4, newsstand, signed. And issue number 5, newsstand, signed. Issue number 6, signed. And issue number 8, also signed right there. There you go. So, who doesn't love, free autographed books, right? So, yeah, like I said, it was an amazing time. Thanks to those guys, 3 Men in the Basement. They did an amazing job. Hopefully, next time they do it and it's in Connecticut, I get a chance to go to that one, because there's probably some stores out there that I've never been to, and it'd just be nice to see new shops. So, that was my long-winded haul. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the books. Let me know what was your favorite. And I will link all of the, description of all the shops that I went to. I'm going to link all their information down below. So if you're ever in the area, definitely go check these guys out. Stop by the stores and stuff like that. And, support local shops. All right. And until next time, talk to you guys later. Peace.